Hello everybody, what's up? It's Tova. I hope you all are doing well today. Today I want to go over step by step how I create my beautiful product packaging, especially our customer favorites, which is our mailer boxes and our poly mailers. In this video, I'm also going to touch on the importance of packaging and how it has helped me grow my own business. Product packaging is key for setting your small business apart from the rest. And it's also key for setting your business apart from the other bigger companies. My name is Tova and I'm the owner and founder of Reborn Club. Reborn Club is a clothing brand business where we sell positive and uplifting messages on hoodies, journals, accessories, and so much more. I have been running this clothing brand business for just over 5 years now with customers all over the world. I find that a lot of my customers enjoy shopping small because they have that personal touch. So today, without further ado, let me walk you through the process. Okay, let's get into step one. What am I trying to create? So in this sense, I'm trying to create packaging for my clothing brand business. I need to put things like hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, journals, stuff like that. I need to put that into this packaging. I am also looking to create something that will stand out to my customer. I want my customer to feel like they're opening up a gift. In the planning and strategizing phase as well, I also want to think about what are some things that I can do for my product packaging that I haven't seen other businesses do that can set me apart from the rest. So I want to look at things like what are some trending colors, what are some trending patterns, what are some trending aesthetics, so I can be on board with what's clearly doing well on social media and in the world right now. Once I'm done kind of creating like a mind map of what I want out of my packaging, it's then time to start the sketching process and the design process of making the items itself. In the drafting phase, I usually like to sketch out what I'm trying to do with just pen and paper. I bring out my sketchbook and then I draw a box and I write on the box, Reborn Club, or whatever quote I'm trying to put on the box. When I first started my business, I actually just looked at a bunch of other small business owners on social media apps and I tried to see what they were doing. I noticed a lot of them did tissue paper, a lot of them had little packaging inserts, a lot of them had custom made stickers made for them to give as freebies for their customers. I think that's why I decided that I wanted to do custom packaging and I wanted to have a special packaging process. I like to set up my packaging with any drops that I have going on to match the packaging to the design or the collection or the color or the drop that's coming out from my business. Once I have my main sketch and idea, I go into VistaPrint first to start looking at the product packaging options and see what my options and choices are. The mailer boxes that I chose are the box dimensions 12 inches by 10 inches by 4 inches. I draft up the box first and I put a hoodie in and I put a hat in and a t-shirt in and I made sure that it fit. The same thing with the poly mailer. Due to budgeting reasons, I decided to choose a box with VistaPrint that only had exterior designs on it. You can also do interior designs too, but for me personally, I just felt like I wanted to keep the interior blank and I just wanted to put my designs and colors and whatnot on the exterior of the box. Another smart idea to do in this drafting phase when you are choosing packaging for your product is to estimate how much shipping costs. Because shipping with a box will always cost more than shipping with a poly mailer. Like, it might be beautiful and cute to have a box, but it might not be worth it for you financially to ship with a box when a poly mailer is much cheaper. I use boxes to ship hats in, but I also use boxes as a more specialty item. Like, for instance, if my customer has ordered 10 times, I want to put it in a box to make them feel special. The poly mailers that I decided to create, the dimensions for that is 19 inches by 13.5 inches. I also decided to do double side print, so my design is both on the front and the back of the poly mailer. I chose them to be in a vertical orientation, and I also chose the option to be compostable because you can do that with VistaPrint, which I think is awesome. Now that I know all my sizing dimensions, I know the draft of what I want to do. I've sketched up the grand ideas. It's time to design them, which I think is the most fun part. I use Canva to create all of my designs. I download them and then I drag and drop them into the VistaPrint editing software. I won't lie, it is a little bit of a puzzle when working with your mailer boxes because you have to have the graphics fit every single nook and cranny, like all the different flaps, and that can be a little bit hard to work with. But I do love that on VistaPrint's design software, you can just crop and you can resize. You can still edit it without having to go back and forth all the time. This is the part that takes the longest time because you want to make sure that there are zero overlaps. So you want to make sure that everything fits exactly where it needs to in the guidelines. So this is a very crucial step and make sure you take it nice and slow. The best part about editing and doing this on VistaPrint's design software is because you get to see their 3D live animation. You can spin that box around, you can open it up, you can look at it upside down, from the front, from the back, from the side, and you can see and truly visualize what your product will look like coming to life. It's so important that you follow the margins and the bleed and safety areas because it is easy to miss like a tiny white sliver of space that you didn't see, or it's easy to miss your design overlapping onto something else. So make sure that you really zoom in and you take a good look at your design and the 3D animation and you see that there are no mistakes. Also, just a hot tip, if you are really confused about the dimensions and having everything fit into place on your boxes and the box dimensions, you can just use AI. You can input a screenshot from the VistaPrint design software that tells you all the dimensions of everything, throw it into an AI platform, and then ask them for the exact dimensions of everything. It will just calculate everything for you, and that way you know that you're good to go. Now let's try with another example because I've shown you all of this with mailer boxes, but let's try with poly mailers. The ones that I wanted to make was for a winter and seasonal part of times. I made it red, I had snowflakes, I wanted it to feel a little bit more enchanted and magical. So that was like the overall theme that I designed. I took the dimensions that VistaPrint gave me, I put that into the design platform that I use, and then I just started designing the front and the back of the poly mailer on there. Once I was done, I downloaded the images and I uploaded them onto VistaPrint's design software. This was a lot easier than creating a box. I made sure I followed the margins and the bleed and safety lines. I made sure I extended my image out exactly to that precise margin. You can check for color accuracy and product fit before you place your bulk order. You can order just a sample of something. So if you are placing a very large order and this is something that freaks you out, you can just create one of something and VistaPrint will make it for you. And that way you're at ease when you place the bulk order. It is very important in this phase that you double check everything because you don't want to have to do it all over again, especially if you place the bulk order first. I know all of this can be a little intimidating, so here are some extra hot tips for you. 1, VistaPrint has ready-made templates, and so do other design platforms. So if you don't know where to start with your packaging, you can always just start with their design templates because you can just drag and drop your items into there, or you could just get inspiration from there. 2, please always create your products with a manufacturer's mindset. If your font looks too small when you're creating a product and it's too small on the live 3D animation, chances are once it's printed, it's going to be too small. If there's a white space or there's a gap in your design, if your images overlap or something is mismatched, when you print it, it will look like that. If there are any typos on your design, when it's printed, there will be typos. Also, please try to upload your products in the highest quality that you can because this will avoid any problems like fuzziness or graininess in your beautiful designs and in your images. This will help your images come out as crisp and clean as possible, and it'll also help your colors come out as accurate as possible too. So now that I've shown you how I make all my custom mailers, I want to show you them in action. So I'm going to take you to my warehouse. Okay, so now I'm in my new setting. This is my warehouse. This is where I package all of my orders and where I store all of my inventory. Fun fact, it is actually just me, myself, and I running this business, so I do all tasks. I figured it would be fun for me to show you how I package orders in our orange mailer boxes. So for the size of this box, I can fit a few items. Like I mentioned before, I can fit a t-shirt, I can fit a hoodie, I can fit a hat. I love shipping hats in these boxes because it will not crease or bend the hats. Each order that I package gets a handwritten thank you card, they get free stickers, and they get these quote inserts that I customize every single quarter. Also, because these items are going in a box, I do have matching custom tissue paper that I've made with VistaPrint and matching water activated tape. Now I feel like when my customers open this package, they feel seen and they feel appreciated and they feel a sense of branding that goes outside of what they ordered. I have been told time and time again how much my customers appreciate my packaging, but also how much they reuse my packaging, keep their thank you cards and stick it up on their walls for little friendly reminders throughout their day, or how much they use the packaging inserts as little bookmarks. I also have people who keep their boxes and they reuse it for other little things. I also have people who decorate their water bottles, like for instance mine, with the stickers. I know that all of these things make a big difference because my customer retention rate is so high. My customer retention rate is at an 80%, which makes me feel like there is a reason why people keep coming back to shop from my brand. And obviously the quality must be there in the products as well for them to want to keep ordering again. I guess what I'm trying to say here is do not underestimate the power of product packaging. It could help you build a return customer. It can definitely help you lure in a new customer. And it could be the reason why someone wants to purchase from you. It looks great in marketing. It looks great on your socials, and it looks great when it arrives on your customer's doorstep. If you want to learn more about product packaging on VistaPrint, then you can check out the detailed guide in the description box down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you aren't already. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!